Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, and today I want to talk once again about Kino Lorber. Now what I have in front of me, and I'll pick it up right now so you guys can see, is a nice stack of Kino titles. Only one title in this pile here I've actually seen before. I used to watch it when I was younger, so I'll mention that when we get down to the bottom here. But all these in this pile were all blind buys when I did pick them up. Some of them you might have already seen in my previous Kino video talking about everything I picked up during their October sale. But everything here, except for that one title, were all blind buys. But these I have watched. I have a whole bunch of other Kinos that I have not watched yet. That's the thing with Kino Lorber. They have sales so frequently, guys, and their prices drop so much. I mean, you can get a title that dropped, maybe a few weeks previous to the sale starting, that might not be on sale. It could be a $20 title. All of a sudden, now it's on sale for $9 to $10 within less than a month. So, check. You got to keep checking Kino Lorber's website. Sales pop up frequently on there. I mean, right now they still have their going out of print sale going on. Those are like rock bottom prices, guys. $5, $6, $7 for some of those titles, and there are good titles in there. Kino Lorber is, they're just a boutique label who's picking up some of these titles. These titles that seem like they're basically lost, and unless another distributor picks them up, and for some of these titles that may not happen. Kino is the last line, basically, the last opportunity to get some of these titles that, or they're going to be just forgotten. And, that's a shame because some of these titles are really, really good. And, there are some titles in here, are there all, thumbs up titles in this pile? No, there's a couple that I'm kind of like a little iffy with, but I'll mention that when I get to it. So right now, guys, let's get right into it because we have quite the pile to get through here. This one I actually just finished watching before I made this video, and that's Firebirds, with Nicolas Cage, Sean Young, and Tommy Lee Jones. Is it like Top Gun? Yes, it's like Top Gun. Was it good? Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Nicolas Cage, is he off the rails in this one like we used to modern day Nicolas Cage? No. You could see the signs, though, guys, that he just wants to go crazy in some of these scenes. But for the most part, he's reeled back in, and it's good. Tommy Lee Jones, it must be something with Tommy Lee Jones that in the films that he's in, he has some of the craziest over-the-top lines that I've ever heard an actor, have to speak in a movie. But he delivers them so well. And I just had fun with this film. It's not a long film. It clocks in a little under an hour and a half. So, is it worth watching? Yeah. Am I glad I picked it up? Yeah, it's a good addition to the collection. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Basically, you have Nicolas Cage. He's out on a mission with some other helicopters because basically they're going after, keep an eye on drug cartels. It's a big emphasis in this movie about the early 90s drug cartels. And some of his friends get shot down and, obviously they die. So Nicolas Cage decides, he wants to go and he wants to fly in a Apache helicopter instead. So Tommy Lee Jones is an instructor, teaching him the ropes of how to do this. And that's basically what it is. Eventually, they need to be trained. All these Apache helicopter pilots need to be trained for their inevitable battle against this drug cartel. So again, guys, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Pick it up if you can find it on Kino cheap enough. And just because it's cheaper, you see it, I might say pick it up when it's cheaper, doesn't mean these titles are bad. It just means that Kino has so many sales frequently. Like I said, that's the time to grab these. Don't pay for, unless you really, really, really love the film. Hold out, guys. Don't jump the gun real quick and pay full price for these because they will drop in price quickly, just like that. So Firebirds, definitely worth picking up. The next one I picked this one up a while ago, earlier in the year, and I checked it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed this one a lot, too. It's Disorganized Crime, with Corbin Burnson, Lou Diamond Phillips, Fred Gwynn, yes, Herman Munster, Ed O'Neill, Ruben Blades. This is fun, guys. It's a comedy. It's a criminal. They're bumbling criminals, guys. These guys are just a bunch of screw-ups. when it comes to bank robberies. And it's just a lot of fun, this film. I was surprised. There was another one I picked up cheap. I enjoyed it. I had never seen it before. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Ed O'Neill is a police officer, and him and his partner are tasked with the job of bringing Corbin Burnson back to their state to serve stand up for trial. Yeah, it's fun, guys. I was laughing a lot. They're just, the cops are bumbling, the criminals are bumbling. Nothing goes right. It was a lot of fun, And so is this next film, Married to the Mob. Now, another one I had never seen. Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh man, these titles are getting slippery. Michelle Pfeiffer, she is so charming in this film. Matthew Modine, he's great in this film. She's a mob boss's wife, and she's just tired of this life. Her husband, you want to say spoilers? Could be a spoiler. Her husband gets bumped off within probably the first 10 minutes of the film, so it's not too much of a spoiler. You're going to find out right away. And her husband, played by Alec Baldwin. This film was just a lot of fun. I didn't really know what to expect, but what was it? 1980. Okay, let me get it to you. 1988. This film. Yeah, these films. A lot of the Kino titles, they're 80. These are 80s films, and they, do they show that time? Yeah, they kind of show their age a little bit. But man, the 80s just had so many great films, and films that fly under the radar. If you're talking about a film with Alec Baldwin, Dean Stockwell, Matthew Modine, Michelle Pfeiffer, how this film never got a release from one of the big studios is beyond me. But thank goodness for Kino Lorber to pick this up. This is just fun. Michelle Pfeiffer, like I said, she's a mob wife. She wants to start a new life after her husband. She doesn't like what her husband does anyway. He's bumped off, and she wants to start a new life. She moves to New York City with her son. Guys, it's fun. Matthew Modine. He's an other undercover agent trying to see, from the FBI, trying to see like what she's up to. Why is she moving? Because obviously they think she's just guilty of everything, just like Alec Baldwin was. And, he's undercover to move into her apartment building where she's now at. And it's good. It's a romantic comedy, too, because there's romance in this film, too. But it's fun, guys. It's a lot of fun. Pick this one up if you get the chance. It's definitely worth it. Now, guys, I love Elvis Presley. Girl Happy is my favorite film that Elvis has ever made. I would love that to get a Blu-ray release. But unfortunately, it hasn't. Also, unfortunately, Clam Bake did get a release. Now, is it a terrible film? No, it's not a terrible film. Is it a great film? No, it's not a great film. This might be, to me, this is the worst Elvis film that I've seen, honestly, guys. I still have it in my collection. Is it worth a watch? Yeah, if you're an Elvis fan, yeah, it's worth a watch. Is it one, if I'd known about this film going in before I purchased it, I wouldn't have purchased it, honestly. What can there's really not, I don't know, it bummed me out seeing this because I heard people say negative things about it. I was like, it's Elvis. It can't be bad. There's no way, guys. It cannot be bad with Elvis in it. Yeah, guys, it's not good. It's not good. Basically, he's the son of an oil tycoon, and, he doesn't want to just rely on his father's money and help, getting through life. So he assumes a different identity, and, he sets out to try to, earn fame and fortune by himself, for himself, and do it his way and not rely on his father. And that's basically what the film is. He goes off down to Florida. He trades places with a local garage repairman that he's met down there. He assumes his identity. He assumes Elvis's identity, and it just goes from there. Yeah, there's not a lot more I can say. I was bummed out, guys. I really was with this film. I mean, if you're an Elvis fan, you're an Elvis, completionist, and you want to have, all his movies, don't pay more than $3 or $4 for this film. I mean, honestly, don't pay more than. I think I paid 11 or 12, which was way too high for this. Just no more than 3 or 4 for this film. Unfortunately, guys, hey, they can't all be winners, right? Now, next we have The Aviator with Christopher Reeve, Superman himself, the greatest Superman as far as I'm concerned, and Rosanna Arquette. Now, The Aviator, he is a pilot. Christopher Reeve is a pilot, and an accident occurs. He's a pilot instructor, and an accident occurs where he loses one of his students that he's training, and from there his life just kind of goes on a downward spiral. He winds up working for a newly, I say exactly what this says on the back here, newly formed airmail service. So basically, the beginning of mail, and he's a pilot having to take mail back and forth, cross country. But on this particular delivery, he's not delivering mail. He actually he's hired to deliver Rosanna Arquette to a different, she's just a troublemaker, and her father just wants her to, send her somewhere else, send her to a school, basically so she can get herself out of trouble and just, shape up. And that's where Christopher Reeve comes in. And unfortunately, their plane does go down, and it's basically them in the wilderness trying to survive. It's a good film. Would I say it's great? No, it's not great. Is it worth a watch? It's worth a watch. I mean, if you like Christopher Reeve, and Christopher Reeve, he's great, guys. I mean, he's Superman. What do you expect? But it's definitely worth watching. I don't think you guys will be disappointed. Now we have Christopher Lee doing the narration for In Search of Dracula. It's a documentary from the 70s. It shows its age. It's just talking about, where the lore and the history of Dracula, came from. Narrated, like I said, by Christopher Reeve. Yeah, but guys, is it okay? It's okay. I mean, anytime you can get narration from Christopher Lee, is a great thing. But again, it shows its age. Pick it up on the cheap. That's all I can say. Don't pay full price for it. There's not a lot. There's trailers. There's some audio commentary. Other than that, guys, 1975, 82 minutes. Yeah. If you have it in your collection, have it in your collection. If not, you're not really going to lose much. You're not missing out on much, guys. Like I said, you win some, you lose some. This one I did quite enjoy. I watched it late last week. I finally had a chance to watch this one. Tom Conti, Terry Garr, Paul Rodriguez, and Christopher Lloyd. Miracles. They're a divorced couple. They finally just finalized their divorce after being married for 10 years. And circumstances arise in this movie where they are forced back together to, deal with all this situation. Well, without spoiling things, you had Paul Rodriguez and Christopher Lloyd. They're criminals. They're trying to, this bank heist. Paul Rodriguez, a little too much dynamite, trying to break the door to the bank. Christopher Lloyd, he bails. Paul Rodriguez, he's like hightailing on foot, trying to get away. And Tom Conti, Terry Garr, they're on their way to different parties. And Paul Rodriguez winds up in the middle of the road. Their cars hit. And from there, the craziness ensues. So, Miracles. It was good, guys. I'm glad I picked this one up. Again, I think it was, I forget how much I paid. It was under 10. I think it was pretty sure it was under 10. But it was good. I enjoy Terry Garr quite a bit. And this is good. 1986, 87 minutes, under an hour and a half. Quick watch, guys. Not bad. It was worth picking up. One Good Cop, Michael Keaton. I love Michael Keaton. Problem is, will I ever watch this film again? I don't know. As all the movies I have, if I'm going through my, pile of what to watch, if I come across this, I don't think this is not going to be my first, second, third, fourth. You guys get the idea. It's going to be a while if I do watch this one again. You know, Michael Keaton's a cop. Renee Russo's his wife. His partner, played by, if I can get this right here, guys, 'cause I want to make sure. I want to say it's Anthony Paglia. Let me just make sure I get this right, guys. Yes, Anthony Paglia. He's a widower. He has three girls. Unfortunately, he on a drug bust. He gets shot and he dies. Michael Keaton and Renee Russo are left to take care of the girls, and Michael Keaton has to go through some drastic measures in order to try to have be stable enough financially to be able to adopt these girls. So it's a good film. It's not bad. It's just not a film that I'm gonna go back and watch anytime soon. If I'm gonna pick up another movie quickly that has Michael Keaton in it to watch, it's gonna be Batman. 89 Batman, without a doubt. Not bad, just to have in the collection. But again, it's gonna be one that I probably not gonna watch anytime soon. But still, always adding to that collection, guys. Now here's a crazy one, which I did not know what to expect when I saw this film, when I picked it up. It's Billy Wilder's The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. Alright, now, this film, Robert Stevens plays Sherlock Holmes. Colin Blakely is Watson. He's hysterical as Watson. Robert Stevens, he's quirky as Sherlock Holmes. Christopher Lee is in this. He plays Mycroft, the brother of Sherlock Holmes. There's a little bit of mystery in this, but it's not your traditional Sherlock Holmes film. Just be aware if you do pick this up. It's not going to be, from beginning to end all about solving the mystery. There's, different things that happen in the film. There's a little bit of mystery, but, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. There's a beginning scene that takes place at a ballet that's just freaking hysterical. It involves something that Sherlock does to Watson, but it's good. It's just not. I thought picking up a Sherlock Holmes film, I thought I was gonna get something that was traditional, just a mystery. And like I said, it does have some of that, but it's not straight up mystery like I'm used to with Sherlock. And the story kind of goes like all different kinds of ways, guys. So I'm not even gonna try to explain too much of the story, but it's good. It's good. It's worth a watch. The First Power, Lou Diamond Phillips. A Satan worshiper who can shapeshift into, other people's bodies. It's just, it's alright. It's not, it's not the greatest. It is one of those unusual Kino releases that does have a different kind of spine, because most of the Kino titles just have, the usual, spine like that. But this actually has the name written on the side here. But it's okay. There are a couple of jump scares in this. Not too many. But it's not bad, guys. It's not bad. I think I was expecting, I wanted a little bit more out of it. What are you going to do? The ending, I don't want to spoil anything. I think they could have done a little bit more with how it ended. I would have been a little happier with a different kind of ending than what we got. But, I'm not sure if this one, I want to say this one might be out of print now on Blu. Don't quote me on it, but don't hold me to that. But I think it might be out of print. I'm not quite sure. But still, if it's not and you can find it for like $4 to $5, it's worth about that. I wouldn't pay. I think I paid $10, and that was about $5 too much for this film, in my opinion. I was a little. It's good, but it's not $10 good. Now, one film that I did pick up a while ago that I think it was like $4.99 from Kino. I would have paid 10. I probably would have paid 15 because I enjoyed it quite a bit. Hope Springs, Heather Graham, Colin Firth, and Minnie Driver. Near and dear to my heart, Minnie Driver. But yeah, Hope Springs, Colin Firth. He's engaged to Minnie Driver, and he's under the impression that she's leaving him or she's cheated on him. So he picks up, leaves, moves to America, and basically meets up with Heather Graham. And there's your, right there, right on the cover, guys, the romantic triangle. You know? And, yeah, you guys know who I'd be picking out of those two. But, I digress. It's a good film, though, guys. There's definitely some comedy. It's a little bit of quirkiness to this film as well. But it was good. $5, I would have paid 10 or 15 easily. I really enjoyed this film quite a bit. And one of the standouts, Mary Steenburgen, she's really good in this film. She's a standout in this one. And that's basically what it is. It's a triangle. Minnie Driver comes back into the picture trying to get Colin Firth back. And, you know, once again, the craziness ensues with a lot of these Kino titles. It's all craziness. But this one's definitely worth picking up. And finally, we have one that I used to watch when I was younger. I like this one a lot. You always worry about going back and watching it. Is it going to hold up? I know I've mentioned that before in previous videos. Whether or not an older title is going to hold up. This one, it does. I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. It's Transylvania 65000. Ed Begley Jr., Jeff Goldblum, the man, Jurassic Park himself, Jeff Goldblum. It's great. Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum, as nobody else can do it. You know, Ed Begley Jr., both of them, they're news reporters. They're sent to Transylvania because there's a supposed Frankenstein sighting, and it's funny. You know, you run into, Gina Davis is in this as a vampire, and, you have everything from a Wolfman, to Frankenstein, to the Mummy, and it's just a lot of fun, this film. This one I actually did pay $20 for. I paid full price for this one. This is the only Kino title I own that I've actually paid full price. This is the only one I own that did not come from Kino Lorber himself. This one I actually got on Amazon. This was the first Kino title that I ever picked up, because I just had to have this film. I enjoy this film that much, guys. And I popped this on one night. It was kind of late at night, and I just want something I wanted to watch and see if it held up. Oh man, 94 minutes, hour and a half. It blows by, guys. It flows so nicely. I like this film quite a bit. It's really, really good. But I just wanted to do this pickup video and show you guys. I mean, I know my first video was talking about Kino, and I haven't gone back to any titles lately, but this is just some of them, guys. This is just some. I did place. Unfortunately, I did go. Right when Black Friday was done, I said, I'm not gonna. That's it. I'm done. I can't buy any more titles. And sure enough, as soon as December began, Kino Lorber had a winter sale. And yeah, here's my credit card, Kino. Just go ahead and take it. Do the damage. So I think I picked up like 10 or 12 titles that I ordered. So when those come, I'll do a quick video talking about those. I'm still waiting on some other stuff to show up as well. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I get another one up maybe tomorrow. We'll see if I get a chance. There's something I want to watch tonight. If I get a chance to watch it, I'll pop a video up about it tomorrow, because it's a title that I really, really, really want to talk about. I'm not sure what it's going to do as far as view-wise, but it's not about the views, guys. It's about just getting out there and reaching the community, talking about movies, something that I love. And, if you guys want to contact me, leave comments for me and talk about this stuff, then by all means, I'm more than happy to answer any kind of questions you guys have. You guys can like, subscribe, comment, whatever. But guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Take care. I'll see you next time.